We gonna start with Miss Marlo Hampton because listen, I'm gonna put myself in the center. Hold up. First, I'm gonna do this. Okay, so this what we talking about. This Marlo right here, girl. Y'all see Marlo? That's what we talking about, girl. Okay, her right there. Her. Shh. Okay, I was gonna I ain't gonna do that. I'm about to say shim. Her. Okay, her. That's what we gonna be at with it for the beginning of this. But I don't want to show this juicy scoop video because I don't know what it's gonna get for the copyright, girl. I don't know. So this is what we're gonna do. Y'all see it? Now it's gone. Okay, let's listen. Where's the sound, Jesus? Jesus, okay.
I felt that was awful. I felt some of the girls knew exactly what I meant because they're moms, and I know for sure a lot of them are never hardly with their kids. They have full-time nannies, and sometimes they need a break. We all need breaks sometimes. Shit, we need breaks from our husbands, from our jobs. You need a break sometimes.
Right.
So it's just, I feel it's just the way I phrased.
I'm sorry. Who's our? I'm sorry. I'm going to let her continue on, but who's our? Our husbands, our jobs. You don't have any of those things. You also don't have any children. You have nephews that you may or may not take care of, all the time. You may or may not. I don't know, girl. I don't know. I don't know your life like that. You don't really share that much with us. So I don't know. I know when you did decide to bring the little boys around, they had only been living with you for 2 years and they in their teens. So it's not like you gotta clean any asses or change any diapers. Like you're doing the easy part. Like it's hard, but technically it's the easy part because the kids can hold up their own heads at this point. And so when you give your commentary on such things, that are nuanced, to be a woman, to be in a mothering role, to seemingly not have done a good job at it when you decided that you needed to send them kids away for 30 days because they was working on your nerves. Not to say that people don't need a break, but at the same time, people don't send their kids away for 30 days. Having a nanny help you doesn't mean that you don't see your kids for 30 days, Marlo. Those are different things. I want to point that out. Those are different things.
If I would have phrased and said, hey, you guys, this is really tough. Well, I never know when it comes to this group of girls. If I would have phrased it right, they probably still would have got out of me.
Yeah, I do feel like I remember kind of Kandi saying something like, I've taken in relatives before and I would never do that. And again, it's just
Kandi does not. Yeah. You never see her with her kids 24/7. She always pays. She has a whole slew of family that helps her. So it's coming from Kandi didn't mean that much to me, not unless I saw her with her children every day. I mean, she's too busy trying to get another bag. She doesn't have time to spend quality time with her kids.
Did she say it's not like she spends quality time with her kids? Did she really say that? Oh my God, girl, yeah, she said that. That bitch is crazy. No, for real, that bitch is crazy. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, hold up. Marlo, sweetheart, you're not around Kandi enough to be able to really tell anything about how much she's around her children or her day-to-day. Because it seems as if don't nobody trust you enough to have you around their kids at this point because of how you treated your own. And Kandi was saying that all of her adult life, when she's been making escape money and such things, okay, she's been taking care of her family, including nephews, okay, including other people's children that lived in the house with her who she took care of financially, and never once did she tell them they had to leave her house, especially not when they were underage and didn't have anywhere else to go except for into the household of another family member who didn't have nearly as much space, time, money, or availability of food, okay? You sent your nephews over to your sister's house who looked like she was struggling. And you sent them boys over there to stress her the fuck out like she didn't have a real job because you needed a break. And because people brought up how fucked up that was for you to send them away for 30 days for whatever reason you came up with, it was fucked up to everybody. Kandi was the only one that said something because Kandi feels very strongly about her family. And as somebody that had personally been in that situation before, she had to let you know you was fucked up. Honestly, that's somebody keeping it real with you. You didn't like that. You got upset that she kept it a buck with you and told you was wrong for that shit. And so now you want to get on this lady's Juicy Scoop podcast and tell us that you know enough about Kandi's schedule to know that she not spending time with her kids. Girl, what? So when Kandi won't headbutt bitches this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, I feel like we gonna understand why. Let's let the very tired lady that is working overtime for her job, let's let her continue.
Right. So that really didn't bother me by her saying that. I'm like, girl, you are a provider, okay? Please don't come telling me about the quality time because I'm always with Michael and William. Like, we are connected.
Yeah, I do think that's...
You aren't nearly as connected as Kandi's biological children. Like, you're not connected to your two nephews that you've only been taking care of for a couple years now. You've only been fully taking care of them for a couple years. Kandi has been responsible for her children their entire lives. And somehow was able to be successful and still take care of her children. And then went and find a man who actually was a nurturer himself, unlike a lot of you niggas out there that think y'all don't have to do nothing but pay some bills. Todd seems like somebody that understands he has to raise his children. He has to actually care for them and be a part of their lives and rear them and steer them and take care of them. So thank God that Kandi had the sense to pick a good man so she can have the help that she needs to do the things that she does. It's so exhausting when people repeat the ignorant, misogynistic rhetoric that women are supposed to be held to some different standard when it comes to making money. If Kandi wants to be a baller, a hustler, if Kandi wants to be somebody that is always after her bag, making sure that her children have access to whatever it is in this life that they could want for themselves, that's her decision. And I feel like that's much better than the decisions your family seems to make behind children over there. I mean, and we know that's where this comes from. This comes from your jealousy of Kandi having a tight-knit family. This comes from your jealousy of not having a Mama Joyce to buck for you. This comes from your jealousy of not having to, as much as y'all want to talk about Kandi, you want to talk about somebody that obviously had to lay on their back and spread eagle in order to get where they are today. Self-proclaimed, has told us what she's done to get where she is. But somehow, let's look down on Kandi because Kandi enjoys working and also being a mother. Her children are not being neglected. There was no reason for you to say this, other than the fact that you just wanted to be nasty. And you're, once again, running your expensive shoes in the ground, trying to make sure that you are earning your check so that they don't put you back on the bench as a friend of. Fought so long, so hard. Fought so long, so hard. Okay, to something that was basically, handed over to Kandi. That must be real upsetting to you, Marlo. You should go to therapy and deal with your anger issues, sis. I hate to have to read you like this, but you asked for this. Even your posture in this video is just so delusional. Like this posture of, I know I've said something fucked up, but I'm going to act like I'm highbrow. And what I've said isn't disrespectful, disgusting, and lowbrow. I can't take her, y'all. I can't. So yay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Olivia is down there barking and she's aggravating me. And she says Kandi is a provider and is. What's wrong with that? Child, I want somebody to tell us. Listen, Marlo is so obsessed with Kandi sexuality. Honestly, I'm starting to y'all know I really feel like Marlo is like a closeted secret lesbian. Like we don't have any physical evidence of this. But her energy feels like, I hate the fact that I can't be truly who I am, and who I really am is probably a lesbian. But I grew up in a time frame and in a society where I look down on that, and I don't feel like that's acceptable at all. I actually, make a lot of nasty comments about gay women, but actually I probably would be happier if I can just be, the lesbian that I am deep down inside. You know what I'm saying? She probably is jealous of the fact that Kandi, lives in her life freely. I'm bisexual. I like men and women. Like, I get to live my life freely. People know this about me. I'm still successful. Marlo probably has like some deep rooted self-hate for the fact that she likes women, because that's how it comes off. Like, because we never see her with a man like that. We never see her. And I know she's going to try to change that this season, but I think it's bullshit. I think the fact that you don't trust men or women, it definitely shows me that you have, issues with your parents. And we already know that. But your energy gives, I'm probably sexually attracted to women. You talking about the ones that only watch girl porn? It's probably her. Okay. It's probably her. Okay. I don't know Marlo's life like that, but the stankness feels like the stankness of regret and fear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't live my life, so I'm miserable. Like, and I like to act out how miserable I am with people who seem to not be as miserable as me. Like, that's the vibe that Marlo's giving. Okay. Girl, what? A streaming error. Y'all work on my nerves. Oh my God. What y'all say? They so mad Kandi has a past and still got the husband and kids. But she doesn't even have a past like that. Like, she doesn't even have a past like that. Kandi was a single woman for a long time. Was she not supposed to be fucking and dating people? Like, that is so unrealistic of y'all. Like, we only really know about, 3 dudes over the course of Kandi's, like, teenage years to adulthood besides Todd. We know about JD, we know about the baby daddy, and we know about the guy she came on the show with. We know there have been other people in between, but is everybody out there, that stays single until they get in their 40s? Are y'all out here like not having sex with people or something? Let me know, because for some of y'all that might be the way, but there are a lot of people that enjoy sex. Like, I don't know why we got to feel bad about it. Like, I don't know why you got to feel bad for liking what everybody like. Oh, no, you don't have to feel bad for liking what everybody like. You got to feel bad for being honest about it. Forgot. Got to lie like everybody else. Oh, excuse me. I can't understand Marlo's disdain for Kandi, especially when Kandi tried to help her multiple times. Child, we'll never understand. We'll never understand the way the same people that Kandi helps, Tamar, Marlo, they will really like come, Portia. They will come and stab somebody in the back. Oh, I forgot about Gerald Levert. Thank y'all for reminding me about Gerald Levert. Okay. I know. A past? Who don't have a past? Bitch, yesterday was my past. What the fuck? Mind you, if people know more than one person a woman has fucked, then she a hoe. I don't care if it's only 3, they gonna say she a hoe. And that's why I just kind of feel like sometimes I don't like it here. I don't like it here. Y'all mad weird. I just kind of feel like that's why Amber Rose was like, fine, call me a hoe. That's why now I get it. Now I understand. 10 years later, now I get it, Amber. Amber, I totally understand. You got so frustrated with people assigning you that, whether it was true or not, simply because you were doing what everybody else was doing, which was dating and fucking at a young age, which is what you were supposed to do. So because she did that, she got called a hoe several times over, as if everybody has access to her body, and we know that's not true. So I definitely understand now why the slut walk. And you know what? Fine. Fuck it. I'm a hoe. I'm a slut. Whatever you want to call me. Either way, you can't have me and you can't touch me. So please get the fuck out my face. Okay? Whatever reason you calling me that for, I hope it makes you feel better about yourself. Thank you, Mrs. Wilson, for the super chat. Bondy, I swear for Lord, if you don't hurry up and get that clinical licensure, girl, you be calling it. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm trying. Y'all know I didn't get in. I didn't get in school, so I have to reapply. Because I don't know if I want to go to no other school. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I'm going to have to look into getting, some other certifications or something, though. I feel Marlo is probably jealous that Kandi has made her millions on her own without sleeping around with older men. Also, Marlo probably resents Kandi's loving familial background versus hers. Dolly Parton said, if you can achieve puberty, you can achieve a pass. Come on now. Let's talk about it. Dolly. Okay? I feel Marlo. Okay, I read that one. Hold up, my bad. Kandi has a pass, but I'm not downing her. Y'all took that wrong. We all have a pass. Do we not? A pass isn't calling her a hoe. I know, but even saying it, like when you have to say things like that, it's obvious for everybody. It does feel like calling it out, like, she got a pass. Like, you're typing it. You're not saying it. But either way, I feel like the language of because she has a pass and still has kids, it's like, oh, because she has a pass, she shouldn't be expected to have a family and kids. And it's just kind of like, that's so backwards, and I just kind of want us to stop thinking that way. But yeah, no, we're not attacking. We're having conversation. Okay. It's not a big deal, girl. Don't even worry about it. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on. I love Kandi. I love the girls, but it's giving throw away the whole escape. Girl, it's giving throw away the whole escape sometimes. Not the whole escape, but like a good percentage. Like after this past week, girl, it is definitely giving, because the way Tamika, we're gonna talk about Tamika too, but I'm tired. Throw the whole escape away. Okay, y'all, why is Tiny out here talking about shit that she don't need to be talking about? Tiny, we just let you skate on the reality show with being the least problematic. All you had to do was laugh and say hell nah, and everybody forgot about allegedly people's foots being in people's pussies. Like, people just completely forgot about that. We moved on. Okay, no evidence, no proof, no, you know what I'm saying? Y'all lost the whole reality show. But hey, no proof, no evidence. We're gonna move on from here until something else come up. We're just gonna move on from here. We ain't got no tape. This ain't like R. Kelly the first time around where we had video proof and everybody was like, I don't see shit. That's not what's going on right now. So Tiny, we needed you to not be the person to be this person, because this video came out last week of Jonathan Majors' alleged ex-girlfriend being at a bar drinking the night that she allegedly had hands put on her by Jonathan Majors. We had already seen this video, and everybody, for the most part, with the exception of people that are never going to believe the victim, had come to the conclusion that so fucking what? She went out. She also wrote in the text messages that she wasn't the one pressing charges, that she knows it was her fault. She said it wasn't a big deal. She was obviously trying to, I feel like, lessen the blow of what was happening. We read the text messages. She didn't put those text messages out. His stupid ass lawyer put those text messages out, thinking that it would prove his innocence. And what we read was classic DV. A person has been abused and they've been convinced that it's their fault that they're being abused. But everybody with a clear mind knows that that's not how any of this works. Her snatching your phone doesn't mean that you allegedly get to choke her out until she passes out, and then you have to call the police because you were scared because she passed out. By the time the police get there, allegedly, she's up, but she got marks on her, so they take you in. So if she's up and able to say in text paragraphs to you and say she probably was at the bar texting that nigga, okay? Like, she was right. She was already minimizing the situation. So for one, she could have went out to prove that, look, I went out that night. It's not a big deal. She could be trying to continue to minimize what happened, because we already saw her do that with the text messages. But what we all understand is that her snatching your phone don't mean that you get to choke the lady out. That's what we understand. That sounds like DV. So This video proves nothing. You know another reason why this video proves nothing? I'm sorry. Have y'all never been in fights? Have you never had anybody physically harm you? You can still go on about your day. I don't know. It wasn't like she had, it was a surgery that happened or something like that. He choked her. And another thing, if I did get choked out by my man and now I'm stressed out because the shit then went public, I might call my homegirl and be like, girl, can we please go get a drink? I am stressed the fuck out. Me and this stupid ass dude got into it. He gonna put his hands on me and then gotta call the ambulance. Not everybody acting like I told somebody something and I was knocked out, bitch. I don't know. I was passed out. Not everybody blaming me. Can we please go get a drink? Girl, yes. So you can see this shit on my neck. Yes. Okay. Like, is that hard to believe? Is that really hard? For Tiny, this is the scenario. And Tiny says, so far, this looks like a straight case of bullshit. I'm just saying. Really? Even when we heard last week that multiple people had come out and said he done things to them? We haven't gotten further evidence, but they went to the police station. They didn't come to the blogs. And that's what y'all always want people to do. Every time somebody say somebody did something to them on social media, y'all asses be out here talking about, oh, but why you ain't go to the police first? Why you coming to social media? What we supposed to do? Then people went to the fucking authorities on that nigga and y'all still sitting up here talking about, this just looks like bullshit. Let me tell you something. Jonathan Majors is a part of billion dollar movies over there with Marvel. Do you really think if this was something that them people could smooth over, they wouldn't have just smoothed it the fuck over? That's how you know y'all don't be thinking all the way to me. It feel like y'all don't be thinking all the way to me. You lost the whole television show, okay? And that was just a television show. And you were still able to go out and make your money and do whatever you needed to do because the music industry doesn't care about people being abusers and pedophiles and sexual assault people and all rapists. The music industry don't care about none of that. So you can still go on tour and do whatever the fuck you want to do as long as your ass is out of jail, okay? It seemed that comedians and people that, sell tickets and shit, they can always do whatever the fuck they want to do. As long as they not in jail. Okay? This man lost his PR people, his management company, his agency. That's a whole bunch of people that's already invested in you financially. And you got all of these other projects coming up and in the works, I'm sure. If it was nothing, if nothing had happened, if it was bullshit, as you say, Tiny, I do not think all of those companies would have backed away from him the way they did. And they gave it time, too. It didn't come out the next day. It took about a week or two. Then they was like, oh, well, based on what we've heard, we gonna have to drop the, and we can't tell y'all about it, but we gonna have to let him go. Now, see, when he lost the army endorsement, I was still like, but we don't know though. That was a quick response. We don't know. But see, when his management and the people that's supposed to come and clean up these types of situations said, yeah, shut it down, close the briefcase, we're out of here. Like, why do you think you see something that all of the people that's close to it don't see? That's what I won't understand. I really want y'all to stop being so anti-victim and anti-woman. I really do feel like y'all, it's really anti-woman that bleeds into being anti-victim. That's how I feel. Because to me, Tiny is representing all of the male-identified women that for some reason refuse to weigh how men actually are violent. Men actually are like this. So when somebody says something, why do you automatically assume they're lying, even though you probably experienced exactly what's being said? Like, for instance, I remember when I was working at the news station, one of the employees was like one of those people where I think when all the stuff happened with Bill Cosby. And she was like, do you believe all of those women? It was like one of those conversations. Do you believe all of those women? And I was just like, well, let me just ask you, how many times have you been sexually harassed at this job? And she had to think about it because she knows it had happened to her a few times. And it happened recently. She had been made to feel very uncomfortable at work by one of her coworkers. So it was mad weird to me when a story of men doing this shit comes out and they're a celebrity. Y'all are like, nah. But you experience some of these same things in your everyday life by all of the men around you. You see stories of men, you know men who hit their women. And y'all still act like, oh my God, it can't possibly be that Negro. That Negro's different. Nah, motherfucker. Nah. You need to consistently not be doing shit like this in order for me to feel like you ain't that dude. Ain't it crazy? They was more mad at Will Smith smacking the shit out of another man than it seemed like y'all be about men hitting on women. That shit is crazy to me. This society is so fucked up. But yes, it is absolutely given protect the predators, protect the abusers. And y'all just make me tired. Y'all just make me real tired with the protect the abuser shit. You don't even got to say nothing about stuff like this. You really could just sit at one of your houses and chill. You ain't got to get your opinion on no shit like this. Especially when people got their questions about what y'all got going on over there. You know what I'm saying? We be trying to let it go, Tiny. We really do. This. I don't put nothing past nobody. I know that's right. Tiny is definitely conditioned, and some other their victim said she was the aggressor, so this makes sense. Yeah, I heard that too. I remember that part too, about her being the aggressor. That's why when she be, oh, Tiny is the nicest, sweetest person, shit, I just be like, I don't know the lady. I don't know the lady. Okay? I don't put nothing past nobody. Okay? Protect men at all costs. That's exactly what it is. And I'm tired of y'all. I don't want y'all to protect anybody that's wrong. I don't want y'all to protect anybody that's wrong. I don't care who they are. I don't want you to protect anybody that's wrong, especially to the degree of harming other people. Like, some shit y'all really could mind y'all business about, But when it comes to like this type of shit, you should just stay out of this. But please stop being on the wrong side of things and then voicing your opinion about it so loudly to social media. We would appreciate if y'all would give us a break. Listen, I get protect black men, but I ain't protecting an abusive motherfucker, and I don't care what color he is. Yeah, no, see, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I'm not doing that with y'all. I'm not protecting black men. I might be protecting Lyric. Okay? Like, I might have protect the black men that I know, but I don't know the rest of y'all. And I don't look at the rest of y'all and think that y'all are like him. No, I don't. That's insane. Because a lot of y'all, oh, what if it was yo? No, because it's not though. Now that'd be different if we talking about charity or being of service to people. You would want somebody to help. You know what I'm saying? You want somebody to help if that was your family member. Yes. But I don't want you to lie for my family member if it's my family member. I don't. Especially when it comes to certain things. Beating on people. No, thank you. No. You need help. I ain't protecting you from shit. I'm tired. I've been protecting people my whole life. I have hung capes up and I'm done. I am done. You protect me, I protect you. If you look like you out here doing the wrong shit, I don't know you. Oh, you look like you out here doing the wrong shit? Who's that? Oh, I don't know who that is. Bitch, that's your cousin. Who? Who? I love you from afar. Don't come over here. I'm just saying, y'all, there's certain things you should tell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying, if your cousin sell dope down the block, you should tell on him. That's not what I'm saying. But if he assaulted your little cousin, the other little cousin, then you should say something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there are levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think what really pisses people off is when men who have the outer aesthetic of a good man being problematic, it is seen as not possible. I mean, it ain't far-fetched. Look at white folks. Right. And not only that, but some of the well put together ones are the worst ones. Have you never seen a Tyler Perry movie? Oh my God. Look, protect black men. Black women are being taken out by black men they're in relationships with every 5.5 hours, according to statistics. Listen, I told a nigga the other day, if you gotta kill me, just go ahead and leave, please. Take whatever you want, all right? Just leave me with my life, okay? You can have everything else, Your Honor, but just can I keep my life, okay? What is going on?